friends, welcome back to Peaceful Living in H. If you're new here, my name is Chantal. Today we are going to be working on our long border. This is inspired by the Great Dixter border, if you've ever seen it. So we're going to have some shrubs, some trees, and perennials in here. I don't have the trees ready for today, but if you remember, I'm going to put a little clip over here for you guys to see how this used to look like. It was disastrous, and I'm pretty proud of where I got it to today. Last year I did not show this, but I came over here and I planted a whole bunch of perennials like the black-eyed Susans, some lupins, and what else? Shasta daisies. I just moved stuff around from around my garden. Also, the reason why I planted these, what do you call them? What are they called? But the main reason why I planted these black-eyed Susans is because they multiply so fast. They are so good at spreading themselves, and they're super easy to pull. And yes, I planted them because they multiply super fast. Why would I do that? Because this is a huge area. One, it's pretty expensive to fill, and two, we get tons of weeds in here, and I wanted some weed control. And these Shasta daisies and the black-eyed Susans are working great at suppressing the weeds, especially the black-eyed Susans, because they grow pretty thick and they just spread so readily. Again, they're just so easy to pull, and I think they look really nice. And look at this, this is beautiful. Yes, it might not be what I was imagining, but I think it's just, for now, it's gorgeous. We also have here some swamp milkweed, and I was super happy yesterday to come out here, and I pulled one of them because I was placing our hydrangeas that I will be talking about in a little bit, and I found some monarch larvae. I don't know if you guys can see them, but right there. So I took the leaf that they were on and I just placed it over this leaf right here, and they all crawled under this leaf. And let me see if I can show you better. Look at them. This makes me so happy. This is so exciting. So we're gonna have tons of monarchs over here, so I need to make sure that these stay here. I also left the plants that I pulled up right there. I did not see them because I was working at night. It was like 9:30 when I went inside. So that was an accident, but that's okay. Now they're safe and they're gonna grow and get all happy and monarchy. Anyways, but also look at these Shasta daisies. I think they are looking great as well. So let me show you what we have for plants today. We have the Pinky Winky Hydrangea Prime, and this is by Proven Winners. It's one of my favorite hydrangeas. It grows 6 to 9 feet tall and 6 to 9 feet wide, so I have spaced them 9 feet apart from each other because I'm going to be planting some evergreens in between them. I planned this bed up probably about 2 years ago, and I'm finally able to implement it. I'll show a little video that I took yesterday just showing you guys what my plan was. It has changed a little bit. I also created a detailed plan with measurements and everything, but things moved around in the house, and now I don't know where it ended up because we've moved rooms and all of that, and just things sometimes tend to get lost in all the shuffle. It's all right. Hopefully I can find it again so that I can just have this peace of mind to know exactly where everything needs to go. But I think I'm on the right path because, I mean, it seems like I've spaced them the right way. I wanted a little bit of space between the hydrangeas so that we can plant these skyrocket junipers in between them. Those grow about 3 feet wide. The hydrangeas grow about 6 to 9 feet tall and wide, which means if I space them 9 feet apart from each other, and they're not going to touch really. There's still going to be some space in between them. And these are panicle hydrangeas. That means they bloom on new wood, so we can cut them back every year to control their size. That means they're probably going to have plenty of size in between them for the evergreens to flourish. So I'm not worried about that. Other things we have over here are the delphinium. I got the King Arthur delphinium. I think that's going to look so beautiful next to the hydrangeas. It has this beautiful deep blue color, and it has this a little bit of a white center in it. I think that's just going to look gorgeous, especially, well, they're not going to bloom at the same time, but it's going to, regardless, it's still going to look beautiful. That's what I think. It's just all going to make sense eventually. I also started some verbascum. I was hoping to be able to sell some of those, but only a few of those germinated. So I'm keeping them for myself because I love verbascum. I love the leaves. It's just beautiful, and the blooms are also beautiful. There are going to be some purple verbascum. I'll put the name on the screen. I don't remember what variety I planted, but it's going to be beautiful, and that's all I care about. I also have some agastaki. It's the Rosemint agastaki. My favorite variety of agastaki. Has beautiful fragrance. It's just grows 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide. It's always full of bloom. It blooms for like 6 weeks. It's just gorgeous, and it smells amazing. So I'm going to be planting that in here as well. The hydrangeas are going to be spaced about 5.5 feet away from the driveway. They're going to be in the middle between us and our neighbors. So this is a strip that we actually share with our neighbors. They own half of it, we own half of it, and the line isn't in the middle. The line is kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. It's, if when I show the clip, you'll see how it's kind of weird. It's at an angle. So I talked with our neighbors, and they agreed that we can plant the hydrangeas in the middle in between us. So most of them are actually going to be on their property. I also asked if I can move some of the lilacs because they planted some in here, but you know, they planted them. I didn't want to move them if they didn't want to, but I think they would look so nice if they were in the back behind the hydrangeas to provide this tall aspect behind them. And the lilacs are going to bloom in the spring, and the hydrangeas are going to bloom in the midsummer to late fall. So we're going to have a lot of blooms. We'll be adding more plants as the years pass by. This was not a cheap investment, I'm going to say that. But you know, we just have to divide it into several years so that we can afford putting this in. We're also dealing with small plants over here. One, they're easier to plant, and also they're a lot cheaper, you know. So we can tackle this like 270 foot or something like that. It's almost 300 foot tall, long border over here, but I'm super excited. So let's get these plants in the ground, and then if there's something I forgot to talk about, I will. I love these gloves because I can actually use them on my phone while I'm wearing them. They're touch sensitive for touch screens, of course. So I will leave a link for them down in the description box below if you guys are interested. I've been working on removing the gravel from this area. This was put here by the two people that were, not the people that were here right before us, but the people before them. They landscaped this area and they put down gravel. And if you know me, you know how much I hate gravel. So this is something I'm working on removing out of here because it's super hard to weed. It just, I don't know, it doesn't look nice in flower beds. It kind of makes it look dry. I don't like that. I prefer mulch because you can actually add nutrients to the plants, especially wood chips. Or even just if you use the chop and drop method, this is so much better than gravel. You can't put chop and drop on gravel. It's just gonna bury the gravel down and not gonna be any good. So I hate this, and one day it's all going to be gravel free. But for now, I'm just moving it aside. I mean, who came up with the idea that gravel is a good thing in a flower bed? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, and there's landscaping fabric in here too. It's another thing I'm working on removing. That also stops all the nutrients from going down into the soil, because as you notice here, anything that breaks down stays on the surface. So all the soil that's here, this is all from, you know, just dust and plant debris that has broken down and went down into the surface, not into the surface, just over the landscaping fabric. It doesn't ever have the chance to actually go down into the soil. So a lot of times when you have landscaping fabric, you might have this beautiful lush soil right over it, but underneath it the soil is just terrible. Let me go grab some scissors. And to those of you who notice everything, yes, I have landscaping fabric over here where the junipers are, but that is because I just wanted to make the managing easier, because there's a lot of invasive weeds that are spreading over in this direction, and I just wanted to make sure that the junipers are not going to be killed by all these invasive weeds, especially when it comes to weeds like bittersweet vine and the multiflora rose and all of these weeds that just take over everything and kill your plants. I mean, look at the soil, see? Sand. This soil is sandy and full of these right here. Not fun. So we're gonna make it better. So I was trying to move this lilac over here, and I was clearing the space over it. There's a whole bunch of invasive stuff in here. And sure enough, there's a wasp that has built a nest. And it's right there and was just going around everywhere. So, and there's the other one. So I'm gonna have to leave it for now. I think I'm gonna spray it a little later in the day. I have wasp killer. And then plant the poor lilac that I just pulled up. Thankfully it still has soil around its roots. I'm gonna have to give it a whole bunch of water after I transplant it. And it's gonna rain a little later today. I do have this lilac and another one over there to transplant. I already transplanted one, but for one of them I just was a little bit overwhelmed because there's a lot of stuff that I need to move before I can move the other lilac. And there's an invasive, what do you call it, Japanese honeysuckle over there, full of berries. I'm thinking of probably removing it and planting the lilac over there. I think that's going to be the best option, because we have this one that's going to be kind of over there, and then this one is going to be right behind that multiflora rose that I'm going to also be killing. Oh look, there's a monarch over there. Or is that a painted lady, I think. And then I think the other lilac would be just perfect right there. Maybe I'll do the big one. I'll do this one over there. This way we can have like immediate impact. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I have 11 more hydrangeas to plant and a whole bunch of perennials. I had to take a break because it's super hot today. It's 86 degrees and the humidity level was like 72 degrees with a dew point 70, or 73, something like that. It's rough. It was supposed to be cloudy and rainy today. It only rained for like a few seconds. But I wanted to show you this oak leaf hydrangea. It's in full bloom right now and it looks gorgeous. I just love this hydrangea. And look at this Let's Dance Can Do hydrangea. It's just starting to open its blooms. It's looking gorgeous. And it's a little bit purple this year. That's because we have a neutral pH in here, but it's looking just absolutely wonderful. We're also going to take a little break to grab some raspberries. The sour ones are my favorite. So good. So good. When they're ripe, they're blue. So these are the black raspberries. They're wild over here, but they taste so amazing. They're a little tart, even when they're ripe, which is my favorite. My kids and I love sour things. And there was a butterfly on this right now. I'm having lots of butterflies this year. Sorry if my chewing noise bothers you. So good. Anyways, I'm gonna snack over here a little bit and then we'll continue. This has been a hot and dirty job, but I finished it. The hydrangeas are all planted. We still need to move some stuff around here. And the verbascum is right there. We have all the perennials just scattered about in between the hydrangeas over here. Some agastache, the delphinium. It's going to look very beautiful in here as it fills up. This verbascum right here grows about 3 feet tall and about 2 feet wide, and it's going to be producing some purple blooms. It's in the same family as mullein. And you can see the hydrangeas right there, this one right here, this one right there. They're exactly 9 feet apart from each other. So all this 15 hydrangeas and a whole bunch of perennials is done. All that's left to do is to put some irrigation in here, and I'll take you along when that time comes and show you how we put the irrigation in here. I need to go inside and cool off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!